Hey there, positive people, you got Dana here, and I didn't get the opportunity to make a video yesterday, so I was going to do a Q&A now, and I'm thinking the last time I did a Q&A was, let's see here, yeah, it was a little while ago, it was over 2 weeks ago, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the community tab here on YouTube and answer as many as I can within a reasonable amount of time, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I see is from Nick Reese, and it says, "Hey Dana, I appreciate your blog. I want to move there. Is there any advice on housing?" And then they let me know like how much they make a year. And you said, "I don't want to spend a lot on rent. What are my options? Thanks." Okay, so I feel like I've touched on this a lot. Like cheap housing and affordable housing in places that are like close to the city at this point kind of don't exist. Property values are crazy high, and I think rent corresponds with the property value in your area. Everybody says that the further out of the hub you go, the cheaper your rent will be. So if you are willing to come out here, purchase a car, and like live in Everett or live in Renton or live somewhere somewhere that's not as close to the hub as possible, then there's tons of affordable options. Also too, if you're coming in from a ferry town, so like there's cheap housing in like Kingston and Bremerton and all of these places that are accessible by ferry from this main part of Seattle. I feel like you'll find cheap housing there, and I guess as long as you're willing to deal with a cheap commute, you can find cheap housing. Otherwise, your convenience level, especially once you're getting further and further into the hub, raises your rent up quite a bit. So that's just something to keep in mind. Jamie Perry wrote, "I'm possibly, in parentheses, moving to Seattle from the Deep South. Myself, Memphis, Tennessee. That's what's up with my current job. Knowing that someone transplanted from the South to the Pacific Northwest and has done well, I know that it would be okay." Well, I'm glad that you're even considering, and yeah, good for you. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, we're built different, so had I moved somewhere else, I think I'd be just as fine, but it helps that I moved here, so personal opinion. Let's see here. A lot of people just talking about how they're looking forward to changing anything. Okay, on the whole housing note, Eternal Bliss wrote, "What neighborhoods can someone with no car move to? Not anywhere ghetto, just somewhere you can walk to stores and bus lines." And I feel like that sort of information is readily available online. Also, too, it's like not anywhere ghetto. What's your definition of ghetto? Because Seattle's not this like gorgeous town to begin with. Even in the nice areas, it's a little crappy. Infrastructure's a little crappy. So I'm not sure by what you mean by anywhere ghetto, but yeah. Yeah. Then I had someone named Violent Rooster write, "You just called ATL a poor man's LA like most ATLians. Why don't you go and get in the gym or something? Women like you just be rambling and wonder why they have a kid and they're single." And I just simply said, "Thanks for the feedback," and that's how I feel. Thanks, Violent Rooster, for the view and the feedback. Trishelle Williams wrote, "Your hair is pretty. This look is beautiful." Back when I had like a bleached blonde TWA. That was fun. It's just hair. It grows back, so that was fun. What else do we have here? Sean Campbell wrote, "Hi, I'm seriously thinking about moving to Seattle. I'm a New Yorker. I'm looking towards a laid-back type of living versus the rat race. I like the rain, and I was born in April, so that would remind me of spring. I am liking your video on the pros and cons video. Thank you very much for liking it." Trying to find either questions, comments. Someone wrote, "Do I work in healthcare, base or rover?" No, I don't work in healthcare. How old is your daughter? She's 7. You rented a room with your daughter? Looking forward to..." This is like the same person. Pastor Rover said, "You rent a room with your daughter?" Yes, I did rent a room with my daughter. I don't anymore. But for the first year that I was here, for like the first year and 3 months, I rented rooms. And that gave me the opportunity to save money so I could get a place, which I have now. Okay, next we have Sugarwood, who was in my last vlog. She wrote, thanks for taking us along, hashtag pray for mama, you're crazy. Yo, when I tell you Marley is like so heavy, it's like dead weight, it's crazy, ridiculous. All right, what else do we have here? Jordy Locke asked, what would you suggest for winter wear as far as coats? Like, would I be straight moving there with a Carhartt jacket and a couple hoodies? The hoodies on wetter days are not going to keep you dry. Just get, you know, more waterproof options. So Patagonia makes really nice waterproof wind resistant jackets. Same thing for North Face and Carhartt and all these other brands. So just go to REI, stock up on stuff for the wetness. Make sure you've got waterproof shoes. I had so many shoes rot on me that first winter. So yeah. Someone asked about maintaining black hair and all the drizzle and rain. And really the only thing you can do is wear protective styles, which is like, now I'm on the whole having it braided up, not having it out, because if you curl it and it's wet out, the curls will either fall or your hair will frizz. So yeah, for the time being, and I see a lot of girls with any amount of length in their hair, it's either in some sort of protective style or in some sort of style that's like held by gel or something like that, and then not having to comb through it and fiddle with it and stuff, to put a tie on, wrap at night, and call it good. So yeah, that's why I'm on my whole protective style wave. I'm also in the process of growing my hair back out, so it has to be sort of up and away to grow and do its own thing. So yeah, other questions. Chris Tyler wrote, this kind of place sounds like the UK. They keep you at a distance until they really trust you. Then if you actually become friends, they become your friend for life. I don't wanna and I hate to say this, and like I said, this is personal opinion. It's so much easier to make friends in the South. So for this comment to be like, yeah, you know, they just need to warm up to you, and it's like, well, back home people treat you like family, even if they hate your guts. So I'm not sure if I, you know, feel the need to want to assimilate to letting people feel me out. Like, I don't know. I didn't take offense to that or anything, but I'm just like, people need to warm up to you. Like, if we're getting to know each other and it's not awkward, then that sort of stuff shouldn't be an issue, I feel like. Let's see here. RJ Dorsey, and I think I mentioned this maybe in my last video. As far as Seattle's weather reporting just being really bad. And I know that also has a lot to do with going back, looking at that video, doing some research on my own. But that also has a lot to do with the fact that we're kind of on coast, and that can change weather patterns rather quickly. So I kept that in mind. But yeah, it's not fun to not really know for sure what your child needs to be wearing for school and stuff like that. So that was my whole thing with even bringing it up to begin with. Let's see here. Dimples wrote, this is a really good video. I'm living in Atlanta now, from Germany, been there since '91 as an army brat. And this person wrote, I know what you mean, trust. Atlanta used to be a great city, but sadly, I have personally seen over the years the city go downhill. There are a lot of people who move here from other cities, and sadly, they try to fit in, flex, stunt, put on. And if you have more financially and personality-wise, then you become a target. And there are also this last part of the comment I really don't agree with. But yeah, you said a lot of stuff, some of which I agreed with, some of which I didn't agree with. But yeah, definitely a good comment nonetheless. I had Deon Davis bring up Gwinnett County and how Gwinnett County had options. But I'm going to tell you this. What? You want to get locked up for something dumb? Go and get pulled over in Gwinnett County. I think everybody that was like close to me when I was living in Gwinnett County has mugshots. Like, all of us do. Like, I do. Everybody. Like, sometimes I go and like check out what people have been up to, just, you know how we Google people to see what they're up to, and there have been so many times where I'm just, you know, checking on people and stuff, and you look and you go, well, God, they got a bunch of freaking mugshots in Gwinnett County, what's that about? So yeah, I've got my own very, very, very defined opinions on Gwinnett. yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video. I think I might make another one in a couple days. Just wanted to put something up because I didn't get to film yesterday. I hope everybody's doing well and all that jazz. And as always, if you've got a question that you really, really want me to answer and you want me to say it, post it in this video and I will try and get to it next video. As always, thanks for watching. Until later, peace, positive people.